Caroline Leavitt, power, politics, and a life behind the spotlight. Caroline Leavitt has become one of the most influential women in the White House. But there's more to her story than meets the eye. Behind her political power lies a life full of unexpected twists and intriguing secrets. From a headline-making clash with Whoopi Goldberg to bold policies that stirred national debate, she's a political force you can't ignore. Here are 8 fascinating facts about Caroline Leavitt. And trust us, the last one will truly surprise you. Caroline Leavitt, the woman shaking up Washington. From rising political star to living a lifestyle many only dream of, Caroline Leavitt is capturing national attention. Her meteoric rise has not only made her a household name in politics, but also sparked public interest in her personal life. Her wealth, her influence, and the luxurious home where she unwinds after long days in the political arena. Caroline made history in January 2025 when she became the youngest person ever to serve as White House press secretary, appointed by President Donald Trump. As the 36th person to hold the role, she now stands at the forefront of the administration's communication strategy, acting as the voice of one of the most powerful offices in the world. Though her exact net worth hasn't been confirmed, reports suggest it's around $6 million, a figure that aligns with her high-level roles and rapid political ascent. Her journey began when she served as assistant press secretary during Trump's first term, where she built strong connections within the administration. In 2022, she gained national recognition by running for Congress in New Hampshire's 1st District. Just a year later, in 2023, she was named national spokesperson for Make America Great Again, Inc., a pro-Trump super PAC. Currently, Caroline reportedly earns around $180,000 per year, similar to what her predecessor Karine Jean-Pierre earned under President Biden, according to official White House personnel reports. From the intensity of political debates to a life of comfort and sophistication, Caroline Leavitt represents both ambition and influence. But many wonder, could this be just the beginning of an even more powerful journey? If you're a fan of Caroline Leavitt, leave a comment below saying, Caroline Leavitt. But stick around, because what comes next might just be the most surprising part yet. Inside Caroline Leavitt's lavish Washington, D.C. home. As one of the most powerful figures in politics today, it's only fitting that Caroline Leavitt's home reflects her status, and her Washington, D.C. residence does just that. Nestled in the capital, this stunning craftsman colonial-style mansion, built in 2003 and estimated to be worth over $10 million, blends timeless elegance with modern luxury. The home's exterior boasts classic colonial charm, complete with a pristine manicured garden that offers both beauty and tranquility. Dutch doors lead into a light-filled living area, where large windows brighten every corner, giving the space a warm and welcoming atmosphere. At the center of the home is the gourmet kitchen, a perfect mix of function and style. Outfitted with top-of-the-line stainless steel appliances, polished terrazzo countertops, a spacious farmhouse sink, and 2 large pantries, it's not just a place to cook, but a hub for private political discussions and personal gatherings. Natural wood floors and soaring 10-foot ceilings create an airy, sophisticated feel throughout the main level. Upstairs, the master bedroom serves as Caroline's private sanctuary. With high ceilings, California-style closets, and a luxurious ensuite bathroom, complete with a spa tub, separate shower, and dual vanities, it's a perfect place to unwind. A small in-bedroom library doubles as a quiet workspace, where she can read, draft press statements, or reflect on strategy. A second bedroom with its own fireplace adds a cozy, inviting charm. The home's basement adds even more space, featuring 2 extra bedrooms and a full bath, ideal for guests or a peaceful retreat. Other features include a private laundry room, indoor garage, and covered parking. French doors open to a serene terrace, offering a rare escape from the hustle of D.C. politics. A second home in Hampton, New Hampshire. But Washington isn't her only residence. Caroline also owns a classic, rustic-style home in Hampton, New Hampshire, her base during the 2022 House campaign. Located at 137 Winnicunnet Road, the property sits in a friendly neighborhood where she maintains a strong connection with the community she once aimed to represent. This charming home is both elegant and practical, set on a rare 2-acre lot right in downtown Hampton. Its location is ideal, just a short walk from local restaurants, shops, schools, and the public library, making it one of the most desirable spots in the area. Whether she's navigating the corridors of the White House or relaxing in her New Hampshire retreat, Caroline Leavitt lives a life of both purpose and prestige. Caroline Leavitt, Power, Politics, and the Private Life of a Rising Star. The grounds of Caroline Leavitt's Washington, D.C. mansion are spacious and well-secured with private fencing, offering her not just privacy, but room to grow. Whether planting trees, hosting outdoor events, or even expanding her estate. From her stunning home base in the nation's capital, it's clear that Caroline Leavitt isn't just a political powerhouse. She's also living a life of luxury. As she continues shaping American politics, one question looms large. Is this only the beginning of her ascent to even greater power? Caroline isn't one to shy away from confrontation, whether it's fiery debates with Whoopi Goldberg on The View or high-stakes press conferences. She's become a headline magnet, and it's no wonder people are eager to see what she does next. Caroline Leavitt, the bold confrontations that captivated the nation. As the youngest White House press secretary in American history, Caroline Leavitt has quickly become a central figure in today's political landscape. Her public appearances have sparked widespread attention, especially those where she's gone head-to-head with seasoned media personalities. One of the most talked-about moments came during her appearance on The View, where she got into a heated exchange with Whoopi Goldberg. Caroline's unshakable confidence and no-nonsense approach left both the audience and the media stunned. The clip went viral, igniting debates across social media and dominating headlines nationwide. And that wasn't the only drama. Caroline also addressed the sudden departure of Joy Behar from The View, revealing behind-the-scenes details that caught the public off guard. Her candidness and unapologetic delivery sparked both support and criticism, but one thing was clear. She was fearless. As press secretary, Caroline became more than just the administration's spokesperson. She was its first line of defense in the face of relentless media scrutiny. Her press briefings, often intense and combative, made waves across the country. She didn't just defend Trump-era policies, she directly challenged how the media portrayed them, turning every briefing into a high-stakes showdown. To her supporters, Caroline is a symbol of unwavering loyalty and conservative conviction. To her critics, she's a polarizing figure who thrives on confrontation. But whether loved or loathed, there's no denying she's become one of the most powerful and controversial voices in Washington. And this could be just the beginning. Is Caroline Leavitt destined to become the defining figure of a new conservative era? A romance that made headlines. Caroline Leavitt's private love life with political power comes public curiosity. And Caroline Leavitt has learned that firsthand. In addition to her career achievements, her personal life has drawn intense attention, especially her relationship with real estate mogul Nicholas Riccio, a man 32 years her senior. Their engagement, announced on Christmas Day 2023, sent shockwaves through political circles and social media. Caroline called it the best Christmas of my life on Instagram, saying she had found the man of my dreams. But their relationship would soon raise even more eyebrows. In a move that surprised many, the couple tied the knot in a secret wedding far from the spotlight. The mystery surrounding their private ceremony led to even more speculation. Why the secrecy? By July 2024, Caroline and Riccio had welcomed their first child, a son. While details of how they met remain scarce, sources suggest they were introduced at a political event in New Hampshire, where Caroline went to school and Riccio had business ties. Some even say Riccio played a key role in her 2022 congressional campaign's fundraising efforts, a campaign that ultimately fell short and faced financial hurdles. But Caroline's most dramatic moment wasn't romantic. It was political. Just days after giving birth, she had planned to take maternity leave. But everything changed on July 13, 2024, when an attempted assassination on former President Donald Trump rocked the country. In an unexpected and controversial move, Caroline cut her maternity leave short and returned to work immediately. Supporters saw this as a powerful act of loyalty and leadership. Critics questioned whether it was a strategic political move. Either way, the decision solidified her image as a determined, unflinching political figure. More than just a mansion, Caroline Leavitt's Washington, D.C. estate. Caroline's Washington, D.C. residence is a reflection of her status, a magnificent colonial-style home built in 2003, reportedly valued at over $10 million. Surrounded by manicured gardens and tall privacy fences, it offers the perfect retreat from political chaos. Inside, the home blends classic charm with modern luxury. Large windows flood the rooms with natural light, while the gourmet kitchen, complete with high-end appliances, terrazzo countertops, and a farmhouse sink, serves as both a culinary haven and a space for informal political strategy sessions. Upstairs, the master suite is a personal oasis. With walk-in California closets, a spa-like bathroom, and a private library, it's the ideal space for Caroline to recharge or reflect on the administration's next move. The home's basement includes guest rooms, a full bath, a private laundry area, and a spacious garage, ensuring both comfort and security. French doors open onto a peaceful terrace, a quiet contrast to the demands of public life. A second home in New Hampshire. Caroline also owns a second home in Hampton, New Hampshire, a more modest but charming residence that served as her headquarters during her 2022 congressional run. Located at 137 Winnacunnet Road, it sits in a close-knit neighborhood just steps from downtown shops, schools, and community spaces. Set on a rare 2-acre lot, the home offers both convenience and seclusion. It's a place where Caroline can stay grounded, connected to the constituents she once campaigned to represent. What's next for Caroline Levitt? From freezing federal funding to leading controversial debates about gender and education policy, Caroline Levitt has proven herself to be a commanding voice in modern American politics. Whether she's at the podium, in a TV studio, or behind the gates of her D.C. estate, Caroline continues to make bold choices and spark even bolder conversations. Her journey is far from over. Whether she's rising to new political heights or navigating public controversies, Caroline Levitt is a name America won't stop talking about anytime soon. Caroline Levitt, the bold moves that shaped a nation. Caroline Levitt isn't afraid to make bold moves, and many of her policies have sent shockwaves through the country. But how have these decisions changed America? Let's take a closer look. Caroline Levitt, the decisions that shook the nation. In 2025, Caroline Levitt made headlines when she announced a nationwide freeze on all federal grants and loans. The purpose? To reassess whether recipients were in compliance with executive orders related to diversity and inclusion programs. But it was her next move that truly ignited public outcry. She redefined gender in federal law strictly by biological sex at birth, effectively eliminating federal recognition of transgender and non-binary individuals. Levitt made it clear she was declaring a policy war on what she called the ideology of wokeness. She described her actions as a step toward restoring common sense in federal governance. While her decision was met with fierce backlash from advocacy groups and liberal politicians, it also gained strong support from conservatives who saw her as a leading voice against extreme progressive agendas. But her controversies didn't stop at policy decisions. In August 2024, Levitt distanced the Trump campaign from Project 2025, a sweeping conservative policy agenda, stating firmly, "This initiative has nothing to do with our campaign." Her public denial stirred debate within the GOP and further cemented her as an independent and outspoken figure within the administration. Then in February 2025, she clashed with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer after he suggested that staffing cuts at the FAA under Trump may have played a role in the tragic Delta Airlines crash in Toronto. Levitt fired back, calling Schumer's claims incredibly irresponsible, and emphasized that the flight was under Canadian air traffic control, not the U.S. Whether redefining policies or engaging in high-profile political disputes, Caroline Levitt has proven she's a force to be reckoned with. From small-town roots to the White House, born on August 24, 1997, in Atkinson, New Hampshire, Caroline Levitt came from modest beginnings. Raised in a Roman Catholic family, her parents owned a used truck dealership and an ice cream shop in nearby Plaistow. Growing up in a working-class household instilled in her a strong work ethic and close ties to her local community. She attended Central Catholic High School in Lawrence, Massachusetts, graduating in 2015. From there, she went on to St. Anselm College in Manchester, New Hampshire, where she earned a spot on the softball team through an NCAA Division II scholarship. It was during college that her political beliefs began to sharpen. Passionately pro-Trump, she regularly voiced her views in the school newspaper, defending controversial immigration policies and calling out perceived media bias against conservatives. Her political journey took off during college when she interned at Fox News, gaining valuable experience in political communication and networking within conservative circles. But her biggest break came when she landed a prestigious internship in the White House Office of Presidential Correspondence under President Donald Trump. After graduating in 2019 with a degree in communications and politics, Caroline became the first in her family to earn a college degree. Instead of resting on that milestone, she returned to Washington and quickly rose through the ranks, becoming assistant press secretary under Kayleigh McEnany. Her transition from a small-town girl to one of the most influential voices in the Trump administration is nothing short of remarkable. A powerful presence and a bold fashion icon, Caroline Leavitt isn't just making waves in politics. She's turning heads with her fashion sense, too. Known for her luxurious taste and bold style choices, she's become a symbol of power and elegance in the political world. At just 28, she's already a key figure in the White House and a standout on the fashion scene. At her first press briefing on January 28th, she wore a sleek burgundy suit worth $150. But it was her accessories that really drew attention. A designer cross necklace and $730 Jimmy Choo pumps brought the total value of her outfit close to $900. And she didn't stop there. At her swearing-in ceremony, she wore a $500 LPA Giovanna suit, signaling her sophisticated elite style. She's also been seen carrying a $6,000 Dior Lady Delight handbag and a $2,000 Louis Vuitton Neverfull tote, proving that her love for high fashion goes well beyond the podium. Private love life, public fascination. With influence comes intense public interest, and Caroline Leavitt's personal life is no exception. Her relationship with veteran real estate developer Nicholas Riccio, who is 32 years older, caused a media frenzy. The couple announced their engagement on Christmas Day in 2023, with Caroline calling it the best Christmas of my life in a heartfelt Instagram post. Their private wedding, held away from the public eye, only deepened public curiosity. In July 2024, they welcomed their first child, a son. Though details about how they met remain limited, sources suggest they were introduced at a political event in New Hampshire, where Riccio had long-standing business interests and Caroline was attending college. Interestingly, Riccio was also involved in the finance committee of Caroline's 2022 congressional campaign, which she lost amid funding challenges. Their connection clearly extends beyond romance into shared professional interests. Back to work after national tragedy. Perhaps Caroline's boldest decision came shortly after the birth of her son. On July 13, 2024, just days after giving birth, the nation was rocked by an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. In response, Caroline made a stunning move. She canceled her maternity leave and returned to her duties in the White House almost immediately. Supporters praised her swift return as a show of loyalty and dedication. Critics questioned whether it was a calculated political maneuver. Regardless, the moment reinforced her image as a determined and unwavering figure in American politics. What's next for Caroline Leavitt? From freezing federal funding to redefining national gender policies, from heated political debates to high-end fashion and secret weddings, Caroline Leavitt continues to capture the public's imagination. Whether you see her as a courageous conservative leader or one of the most polarizing figures in modern politics, one thing is certain. Caroline Leavitt is shaping the future of America, one bold decision at a time. The $325,000 question and accusations of fake Christianity. It all starts with one startling figure, $325,000. That's the amount of unpaid debt from Leavitt's failed 2022 congressional run in New Hampshire. According to New Hampshire Public Radio, nearly $200,000 of that came from campaign donations that exceeded legal limits, an alarming financial oversight. This raises a pressing question. How does someone with such glaring financial issues end up as the White House press secretary? At just 28 years old, Levitt became the youngest person to ever hold that role. Yet her record has already caused significant uproar in political circles, especially around questions of ethics and transparency. Project 2025 and denials under fire. Adding fuel to the fire is Project 2025, a highly controversial conservative initiative that aims to reshape the future of American government. While Levitt denies any involvement, some reports suggest otherwise. If the rumors are true, is she just a spokesperson, or part of a larger, more calculated political strategy? A rocky start in the White House press room. Caroline's first official press briefing didn't help calm the storm. Her evasive answers, especially when asked about freezing federal funding, quickly drew backlash. CNN labeled her a spinmeister, accusing her of dodging tough questions rather than providing clear answers. Her reputation as a tough, unapologetic conservative started to crack under the pressure. Then came a harsh blow from Congressman Dave Min, who publicly called her a pseudo-Christian after she made comments related to cutting federal aid programs. His statement set off a media frenzy, and Levitt's image took another hit. As criticism mounted, a deeper question emerged. Is she truly a principled political fighter, or just another pawn in the high-stakes game of power? Luxury lifestyle in the age of economic struggle. While many Americans are struggling with rising costs and economic uncertainty, Caroline Levitt was stepping into the White House press room dressed in designer brands most people can't afford. Is this simply personal style, or is it a reflection of class, influence, and political detachment? Behind the scenes to center stage, despite the controversies, Caroline's political journey is undeniably bold. She worked in the Trump White House as part of the communications team, helping shape key messages and handle the media. When Trump left office in January 2021, she didn't step back. She stepped forward. Levitt became the communications director for Republican Representative Elise Stefanik, one of Trump's most vocal supporters. Stefanik wasn't just a boss. She was a mentor who helped Levitt grow her political influence. In 2022, Caroline made headlines by launching her own bid for Congress, aiming to represent New Hampshire's 1st District. Her campaign, fueled by strong conservative support and endorsements from figures like Senator Ted Cruz and Representative Lauren Boebert, gained national attention. Despite losing the race, her profile only rose. The comeback, a voice for Trump, 2024. After her congressional loss, Caroline didn't fade away. In January 2024, she was appointed National Press Secretary for Trump's re-election campaign, becoming one of his most visible and vocal defenders. Her loyalty and combative media style made her a conservative media favorite. That loyalty paid off. On November 15, 2024, following Trump's re-election, he named her the next White House press secretary. She officially took the role on January 20, 2025, becoming the youngest person in U.S. history to hold the position. Making her mark quickly within just days of taking office, Caroline Levitt made headlines again. At her first press briefing on January 28, 2025, she announced a new policy, allowing independent journalists and social media influencers into White House press briefings. The move was seen as a bold shift in media access, but her influence didn't stop there. On January 29th, a federal judge referenced Caroline's social media posts in a ruling related to the Trump administration's funding freeze, proof that her words carried real political weight. Caroline Levitt's story is one of ambition, controversy, and undeniable influence. From fashion choices to federal courtrooms, every step she takes is under the spotlight. But the biggest question remains, is she a true political force, or simply playing a role in someone else's script? What do you think about Caroline Levitt's rise to power? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth stories about the world's most fascinating figures. Thanks for watching.